morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Tuesday, March 31st, 2026. I'm J.E. Skeets, back in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
Hey, welcome back, Skeets.
It's good to be back. Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Hey, welcome back, Skeets.
Hey, thanks, man. Missed you guys. And last but not least, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, I'm
back.
feeling the love today. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're happy to have me back. I shouldn't have said that. Numbers are going to plummet. Going to be worse than yesterday's live viewers. What the hell was going on with the YouTube algorithm?
Somebody was in the tubes.
What was going on?
Somebody
It
got
was
clogged
weird.
in the tubes.
I was checking it out. I was like, hold on. There's way more than like 80 people here.
There's 80 people on the stream team.
Yeah, I know. That's
chatting
what I
it up.
mean. So hopefully the numbers here are working today. Podcast listeners, we love you too. 5-star ratings and reviews. Lots to talk about. Some good games last night. We're going to get into these 3 proposals for the anti-tanking.
Yes.
That the NBA is going to try and fix this tanking issue. We'll go through all of them. We'll explain them to some of you out there. And we got to talk about Jaden Ivey too. But first, we had a wedgie in the Philadelphia-Miami game. Now, unfortunately, we could not grab it last night, having some computer difficulties. So we had number 68. It happened on the broadcast. We'll try and show it to you tomorrow.
Paint the picture.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Paint the picture.
Oh, it was me, yeah. It was me who watched it live, and then I try and go grab it, but I've got a blockage. I've got an anti-NBA watching block. I can't grab it.
You need to have a stint.
man.
My league pass blocks it up. I get
okay.
I get video grabbage constipation anytime I try and grab something, so I couldn't grab it live. Brian Scalabrine also, who was on the broadcast. This is a national broadcast wedgie, Philly, Miami, early fourth quarter.
Right.
Brian Scalabrine also said, "Can we just get rid of these wedgies? Why do we have to stop the play? These guys are NBA athletes. They can just jump and get the ball. We don't need to jump it up at midcourt."
That would be cool.
We're fine with that. We can still
Like a
track
scrum.
them.
Yeah. But there are going to be some times when it's jammed in too hard and you've got multiple guys jumping at the ball.
Be fun.
Jamming a finger up there. I mean, there's possibility of some, number one, injuries. Number two, just some extra time there that we're wasting.
I would like to
us
hear-
talking about this wedgie.
No, we need to hear 3 proposals from Adam Silver on what to do after the wedgie.
Usually the broadcasters make the case of like, why is it a jump ball? How is it not the defense's ball? That's what you usually hear from the broadcaster, which I think, there's some merit to that. It was a missed shot. In fact, it was so bad it got lodged between the rim and the backboard.
Yeah.
Maybe you give it to the defense, but
I hear you. But there could easily be an offensive rebound.
I'm a little more concerned that I did not see a lot of people telling us about this wedgie.
No.
Like, I'm talking on Twitter or X and Blue Sky and Instagram. People usually come through.
Again, this is a national
WedgieSoccer.com
TV
doesn't
game.
even have
natty.
it. I know. Here's the other thing, though. Somebody on Substack did tell me about another wedgie that occurred in the Suns-Grizzlies game, but it came after the whistle. Well after the whistle, so it's not going to count. But I thought we were stuck at 67, but it turns out we're at 68.
Oh,
with this one.
we're at 68.
Okay.
I thought we were going sound up to hear Brian Scalabrine complain. I was ready for that, and then all of a sudden, constipation.
Man.
As it always happens. It constantly happens. It's this year that was it this year or last year that they've
down on
altered it.
constantly
I'm watching it, and then I pop up my QuickTime. All right, here's my new video record. And then it stops.
Interesting.
Just stops right in your face. I thought I had gotten around it.
Let me know next time. I'll help you out, bro. I'll hack the system.
You'll see this one tomorrow.
Okay.
You'll see this
Honestly,
one you were
we don't
talking
need
about
to even
tomorrow.
show it. It's not even a good wedgie, so let's just move on.
Not all. Davion Mitchell misses shots from time to time, and that's what happens.
Read about it in our Substack at the end of the week when we grade every wedgie. There you go. That's a plug
68.
for you. Link in the show notes.
That's a
Ad-free
Jaromir
episodes.
Jagr of a wedgie.
Okay, NBA games last night.
I love Jaromir Jagr.
SGA, he scored 47 points as the Thunder outlasted the Pistons, and they secured consecutive 60-win seasons. Hell of a fight from Detroit.
God, yeah.
Short a lot of guys. And they had been winning here without Cade Cunningham. Won 5 of 6. I know this is something you guys were talking about. I thought they hung tough last night. Even got it to overtime. Free basketball. But in the end, SGA, down the stretch of the fourth quarter and then in overtime, did his thing where he took over. And I'm sure we'll talk about the one play that was called off the game-winning three-pointer from SGA. They're like, no, that's an offensive foul, and then we went to OT.
Was that a makeup call for Asar Thompson being fouled out while guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander about minute 50 left in this game, way in the backcourt, where Shai falls to the floor and Asar was just playing defense. He literally just stripped Shai the possession before, was able to poke it, an awesome poke that led to Kevin Huerter's basket. And then as Shai's bringing up the floor, it kind of falls to the floor, and that guy who was able to poke it from him is ejected from the game, or fouls out of the game, I should say. Yeah. So after that, I mean, Chet could have had a makeup foul. I thought his rebound attempt, that was his sixth. That was a makeup foul. And then Shai with the offensive foul tried to hit that game winner. Was it an extension of that off arm? It's such a difficult thing to watch from our perspective.
That one was no more egregious than so many other ones.
Yes.
That was the weird part there.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it got a little higher than more of the stronger chicken wing to the chest that he'll do.
It was an extension, though, wasn't it?
Oh,
It was a long chicken wing. I mean, that was an extended chicken.
Done it hundreds of times, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to stop. He's got to. I mean,
hundreds.
Hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, he's played
That's
a lot
what he
of
does.
games.
That's what he does, yeah.
And they can call it any time, or they can not call it any time. So for them to call it in that moment was just like Billy Crystal and Forget Paris calling off Charles Barkley's buzzer beater. Sorry, that one came after the whistle. So we said, let's play another 5 minutes. That was fun.
And that's how we'll settle things.
Yeah, exactly. And SGA scored 8 of the 13 in overtime.
He was pretty
to help
sweet
them
in
get
the fourth
victory.
quarter in overtime.
But
21 points.
Yeah.
My.
This was the Pistons were up 7 points with about 4 minutes to go, and then that's when SGA scored 6 straight. Then he trusted big Jalen Williams in the corner, who couldn't hit a three to save his life that night, but the double came. He kicked it to him. He hit that one, so that cut the deficit to 1. Or that, I guess, tied the game, 99-99, and then Detroit had possession in the closing seconds, but SGA got the steal. That was a nice steal.
Great steal.
That got us to the part where he got called off on the three-pointer, what would have been the game winner, and then we went into overtime. But entertaining, and again, Detroit, this is one of those where you're like, damn, that's actually a good loss right there. You were down everybody and put up a fight.
Yeah, they played great. They played really, really hard. I don't really necessarily think the Thunder took them for granted either. I thought it was just Detroit playing pretty well. If I were Andrew Schlecht's children, I would think this is like what it was like for Trey Kirby to be watching Michael Jordan. You never think you're going to lose when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's on the court. And he steals wins like this, making plays, not just getting to the basket, not just hitting his mid-range jumpers, but the steal to get him the ball back and at least get a look to win the game, finding Jalen Williams in the corner. Like, he just does things that get the team wins. That's why they've won 60 in back-to-back seasons. So that's what it was like. It was like when you were watching Michael Jordan. We're like, we're never going to lose.
Right.
We're never going to lose because we got the best guy and he can get his shot anytime he wants. That was great from Shai because he played the best on the Thunder for sure on a night when they didn't necessarily have it all around. Like, Chet Holmgren had a couple of nice takes, had a beautiful snatch block, but not a hugely impactful game. Jalen Williams, J-Dub on the bench, not playing in this game, but they had SGA, and that's kind of all you need sometimes.
Yeah, the Pistons to get to that point, obviously a great accomplishment. And that big three that you guys mentioned multiple times, Jalen Williams hitting it from the corner that Shai set up, didn't need to be a double. That didn't need to be multiple guys out there. That was just after Asar Thompson was ejected based on the fouls. So Kevin Huerter was doing a decent job guarding him one-on-one, but they bring that extra body, and then Jalen Williams has a clear look from the corner because of that. They didn't have to do that. The Pistons were playing incredibly well. I mentioned Kevin Huerter. This is the best we've seen Kevin Huerter play in a long time. He's got this role here with the Pistons, and I think he can come off the bench and do a very good job because he just does it so many multiple ways. He can come up off the screen, obviously. He can flare screen towards the corner. The baseline cuts are there. He can handle the ball a little bit. He's playing very, very good. Part of that Jaden Ivey trade. Yep. We'll get to Jaden Ivey a little bit later, obviously. But he did so well to combine with guys like Karis LeVert, Marcus Sasser, Dennis Jenkins, Javonte Green. Those guys just played so well to get to that point. Again, 4 starters out for the Pistons.
Let's imagine Cade Cunningham isn't fit for the first round of the playoffs. Can the Pistons still win a first-round series with the crew that they're... I mean, not the crew they rolled out last night. Like you're saying, a lot of guys extra besides Cade were out. But without Cade, we're talking about Philadelphia, Orlando, Miami, or Charlotte. A couple of those teams are playing well. I mean, it would be tough.
Yeah.
It would be tough.
I think they could, not against all those teams you listed. I think maybe, do I have more confidence in them being able to beat the Magic, let's say?
Yeah.
In a first round series without Cade. Yes. Maybe less so against a fully healthy Sixers team or the scrappy Hornets. I guess I'm getting to yes, but I don't think it's going to be, it wouldn't be easy. I think it'd be a long series regardless. Any of those teams they were to play. And I don't think it's a given either. I think he is that important.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's that important. I actually don't think they could win a full first round series, but I think if we find out Cade has to miss the first 2 games for whatever reason, I think, this Pistons team could win one of 2. And that would give them an opportunity to save Cade and let him get his feet under him. But I'm with you. I think Herter's at least proving that he should be part of the rotation going forward. He's had 3 pretty good games in a row. They did trade for him for a reason, and now JB Bickerstaff found out he can play him. He's definitely a bench guy at this point in his career, but I think he can be a bench guy for him. He's probably, a totally different player than a guy like Ron Holland, but probably a little steadier, and at least he has some playoff experience. And I think Danis Jenkins, he's going to get some opportunities to be the second guard closing next to Cade when it comes playoff time, because usually it's Duncan Robinson out there, maybe Asar Thompson for defense, but I think that they will like having somebody else who can handle the ball. And the way Jenkins plays is he just catches it and gets downhill immediately. That's perfect when a team is going to double Cade, because that's what they're going to do. Get the ball out of his hands. If you have a guy that can just catch it and get to the hole right away, that helps.
Yeah, I think Kevin Herter could also close games. They don't really have any locks beside Cade and Jalen Duren that are definitely going to be the end of game lineup. It's probably going to be Tobias Harris and probably going to be Asar Thompson, but it depends. Sometimes Asar Thompson just doesn't have it, and they go to whether it's Duncan Robinson or definitely Danis Jenkins possibility, just like Dennis Schroeder was there in the playoffs last year. But they could just pull off Duncan Robinson, who's not shooting well. Here comes Kevin Herter or Danis Jenkins. They have multiple options here. It would be a fun series, but absolutely. We have 4 starters not in this game. That was a great accomplishment. The biggest accomplishment, I think, through these 7 games that Cade has been out. They've got the 3rd best defense in the league.
Right.
So that's going to happen with Cade out there not being 100% or with Cade being 18%. They're going to play extremely hard out there.
My one final thought on SGA, to go back to him, is, and this is a question for you guys and everybody in the stream team, everybody listening later, does anyone in the league score more points with their offhand than SGA? He finishes so many layups with his left hand, and obviously his offhand. And I was trying to think, who else is on that list, or who comes to mind that scores with their other hand, their non-dominant hand?
Kyrie, but he hasn't played this season, but
it's a good one.
Scores a ton with his left.
Yeah. But I was struggling to find anyone else. Every SGA game, he attacks, obviously, he can go both ways, but he finishes a lot with his left hand. Yeah. So he's it's one of the skills he has for sure. So let's hear from some other names. I'm sure there's some other guys maybe we're not thinking about.
Tyler Herro's getting better with that lefty. That lefty finish last night. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Let's talk about another MVP candidate, and that is Wemby. Victor Wembanyama recorded the NBA's 3rd fastest double-double as the Spurs beat the Bulls. Yeah, he had 10 points and 10 rebounds in the first 8 minutes and 31 seconds on the court, collecting his 10th board about 1:55 into the second quarter. So 3rd fastest in the play-by-play era, according to our good friend Elias. He runs the Sports Bureau, as everybody knows. Behind Boban Marjanovic, who did it in 8:13 in 2017, and Jonas Valanciunas, fastest ever in the play-by-play era, 8 minutes and 8 seconds in 2025. This happened last year, last season. Yeah.
Great.
Let's not forget Jim Washington, though, of the St. Louis Hawks, who had a double-double in 9 minutes in 1966.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that who Draymond Green was pointing to when he was pointing up to the banners in Atlanta?
Yes.
For sure. Yes.
Jim Washington of the
they
St.
said
Louis
he could
Hawks.
never carry Bob Pettit's jockstrap. But
That's
look
right.
at this.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So anyway, Wemby, this was a dominant game from him. I mean, I know we're going to talk about him when we get to Woe Boy. It was just an ass kicking.
Look, if you're a voter, don't factor this in the MVP vote. He was going against the smallest team you've ever seen in your life. He was destroying Gershon Yabusele.
Yeah, he was.
This was a fire hydrant versus a fire hose. It was, a
French one at that.
Exactly. Le fire hose. he maybe didn't see a defender in his sight range all night long. The only guy over 6'8" that played for the Bulls last night was Leonard Miller, who, he had 21 points.
That's my guy.
He's
Career
6'10". He is indeed 6'10", but he can't guard Wemby. You will see every single play in this game. A Spurs guard beats their defender off the dribble, because guess what? The Bulls can't defend right now. Period. This entire season, and not just right now. It's been a couple of years actually at this point. And every time the guard gets by, you just see Wemby point. He's just saying, "Hey, just throw it up.
Yeah.
Just throw it up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I might not even catch the ball before I jump."
Oh,
He had a dunk on Yabusele where both their feet were on the ground.
Yeah.
So I mean, kudos to Wemby. He completely destroyed Chicago, but this was easy.
Yeah, I agree. And the other part of the whole, obviously getting them in the pick and roll action, and he's just pointing it up, is a Giddy, a Buzelis, they're not helping off their shooters that they're guarding, sort of guarding in the corners. Come on, man! Get into the paint, get in his way a little bit. You don't have to stay so attached to your guy out there. Try to take away the lob threat first, but still, it was a game for a little bit. And I mean, really early in the game, actually, Mitch Johnson, he did the whole thing. He called the timeout 70 seconds into this game. Bulls were up 5-2. Timeout. What the hell are you guys doing? Yeah. He did the old pop, hey, get your head out of your ass here. I know this team sucks, but it's still an NBA team, and let's play with some purpose. Let's play with some poise. And I think the message was received, and then it was Wemby. And Castle had a wicked game, too. I don't want to gloss over that, but yeah, completely outclassed here. 129-114.
The stream team is saying that Wemby versus Yabusele is hamburger versus hot dog, or the number 10 if they stand next to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny you say that.
They're two of the most different body types for playing the same position.
Yeah, sure.
There's no two guys you could put together that are further apart.
And it's amazing they're both French. Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I wanted Gershon Yabusele to start as the center for the New York Knicks earlier this season, he would be starting again with Karl Anthony Towns. So he'd have a 7-footer beside him, but he is an undersized player who plays extremely hard, and he tried to put that fire hydrant right there and stop that fire hose. He did try. It wasn't going to happen. I thought the impressive parts from Wemby were other things. I mean, he kind of had a sidestep, step back three. I don't even know what they call it because it's both at the same time. And he blocked him. Matas Buzelis tried to pull the D-Wade, Donovan Mitchell, up and over move and got into the paint, and that's when Wemby came out of nowhere and just blocked the snot out of him. Not fair. And it's not fair for the Chicago Bulls to be playing against this guy. I mean, because they're bad. Other than Leonard Miller, who had his career high. Kudos to him.
Hell yeah. 21-6-4 in 25 minutes for our guy, Leonard Miller. Start him, you coward, Billy Donovan. But yeah, Wemby, awesome. Go watch the highlights. Yeah, the blocks alone. A few nopes, of course, out there, or never minds, I guess people are running with. I'm a fan of nope more than that. But when he is stretching the floor and the three ball's feeling good for him, it's what are you gonna do, man? Good luck.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? He's obviously shooting over you, and he was just stepping into it with confidence. Like he said, that huge step back, side step. A couple other ones that were pure, just ripping the net. And he's doing work on the glass too. He had that one, double offensive.
Yeah.
Before and he's not jumping, and everybody else is trying to jump.
They're trying to jump.
It just looks like he's toying with them. So the Spurs remain 2.5 games behind OKC, but they do have the easier schedule to close out the regular season.
Why aren't those nopes or U-turns or the altar boys or whatever Wemby's colleagues? Why aren't they in the box score? And also the snatch blocks, they should also be in. That we talked about this last week, Chet Holmgren snatch block. Wemby had a great block that he kept in bounds, which is logged at what website, Trey?
Data Baller.
Data Baller. Man, put him in the box score.
He had another one that he got the block, Wemby did, but the way I read it is he was pissed that he didn't corral it. He's like, damn it, I blocked it wrong. I think it was off the glass. It took a weird bounce, and I felt like he was like, that was okay, the block was awesome, but he's like, I should get it too. We should get it as a team. So
yep, most likely that's his goal to keep it in bounds. Yeah.
Oh, of course, of course. Any other thoughts on this one?
Nope.
Okay. I want to then lump in what JJ Redick, said, stumping for Luka Doncic for MVP because we've talked SGA 47 points, Wemby 41-16. Ass kicking on defense. But JJ Redick says Luka and the Lakers, if they close out the regular season as hot as they've been, Doncic should be named NBA MVP. Quote, I think when we started 15-4, you could have made an argument that he was the MVP then. That's what Redick said. Well, he's been the MVP for 2 of the 3 segments of the season. End quote. I thought this was funny timing, seeing as Luka did not play last night.
Yes.
But
And they won.
and they won. So it was just a little weird. But I know you've got the text from our guy Tim Bontemps.
Yeah.
It came in last night's final straw poll coming up. So how are you guys? If you wanted to share your text, maybe you've sent it, maybe you're waiting here for later this morning. What will you be sending to Tim Bontemps when it comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the final MVP vote for us?
I sent mine immediately.
Okay.
There was no blockage on my computer from sending texts.
Good.
That went straight out. It went SGA, Wemby. And then I debated, is it Jokic or Luka at 3? I went Jokic, Luka, Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
My 3, 4, 5.
TK, did you send the text last night?
I would never wait. I don't want him to forget about me. And my ballot was the exact same as Tass's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you'd have Luka above Jokic, but maybe not.
I mean, the guy's averaging a 30-point triple-double.
Yeah.
Shooting like 60% from the field. And
Yeah.
neither of them are like defenders.
Right.
So you're just factoring in the offense on both sides. But I think I would disagree with JJ that the 15-4 start made Luka the first segment MVP. Thunder were 24-1 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Luka missed part of that too. He wasn't in every single one of those 19 games. There was that injury where I made that. I remember it vividly because I made that short about. It seemed like teams were saying this. Our guys are going to be out longer than we think they're going to be out because he had that leg injury, and so he was out part of those games. So. Did you forget about that, JJ? I mean, that factors into MVP voting. But also, Luka, post-game. Was it post-game he was asked about it in Spanish? Because I just read it in the ESPN article. I didn't see the post-game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But he wasn't there, so I don't know. But he said, quote, translated from Spanish, the better I play, the more I go down in rankings. So I don't know what more I can do.
Yeah. I mean, look, sure. I mean, there's some truth to that. He just had one of the most dominant offensive months we've ever seen. Like, he sort of did a Kobe month here in March.
Yes.
I mean, not even sort of. He basically did. I'm talking about Luka here. The problem is, SGA consistent all season long and the number 1 seed in the West, in a loaded West. Wemby, we're like, Wemby, we're at the point where like, well, he's winning MVPs. It's just how quickly are we going to get there? And then you take in the defensive side of things and how much of importance is that to you in your MVP vote? And then Jokic is still, hey, what about me? I'm leading the league in rebounds and assists, and my team is still good, and they're bad when I'm off. And look, this is a fun race.
It's a great
I'd
race.
prefer this than one guy just running away with it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the sports books, the FanDuels of the world, they have it more as a 2-person race now, I feel like. SGA still a favorite, Wemby right there. And then it's a drop-off to Luka, who I believe is in 3rd, and then a drop-off even more to Jokic, and then the super drop-off to whoever you put in 5th. A lot of people sort of leaning towards Jaylen Brown with Cade Cunningham. Maybe going to be coming up short here with the games played threshold. But like you can realistically make a fair case for any of those first 4 guys. Really.
Definitely.
And that's okay. And you don't it's just so funny then people want to crap on other guys, these other MVP candidates. But this is like one of the better ones we've seen. Like, you got to go back to like the Jordan and Birds and Magics, like all competing. We're like, yeah, they're all awesome. And then you're just like, what's more important to you, I guess? Seeding, the defense, the consistency, whatever, right?
Yep.
So it's awesome. But I'm with you guys in terms of the 1, 2, 3. No, actually, you guys had Jokic 3rd, you said, yeah?
I did, yeah.
I think I'm more in line with the books there where I'm going to go SGA, Wemby, Luka, and then Jokic. which is wild.
Yeah. The books
which is wild.
it would make sense that the books have Luka in 3rd right now over Jokic because there's more people riding with Luka at this time because of, Jokic's injury and all that. We also got a question from Tim Bontemps about the top 3 in the Rookie of the Year race.
Yeah.
Do we want to reveal? Because I
haven't even texted him back yet. So
I thought that was an important part. I think for me, my perception of Trey. What do you think? Because is it Coop or is
no?
it?
It's Con. Con is definitely
okay,
the Rookie of the Year right now. Con, Cooper, VJ. That's how I voted. I thought it was pretty easy.
Same. Yeah, same.
did you send that in same text or a separate text?
Same text.
Wow, fantastic.
Yep. And I answered the question about Cade Cunningham in the same text.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Why would you send more than one?
Because Dave Grisham does.
Well, that's exactly right. That's the kind of person that would send more than one text.
He sends every word in a text.
You answer the 3 questions that were sent in one text via one text, and then you get to have a conversation. Everybody's ready for the playoffs to start. That was the conversation.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Wow, we're really pulling back the curtain here.
That's how it is.
On the straw poll with Tim Bontemps. I love it. It's a fun race. Let's hear how you'd be voting out there. We don't have an official vote, by the way. This is the Tim Bontemps ESPN straw poll vote, where he's taking the temperature of a large swath of the media.
The people's MVP.
That's right. Let's talk about a few other games. I'm going to lump them together here. Hawks, surged past the Celtics 112-102. Their 13th straight home win here in the Fortress. It really is a fortress now. And then we had the Heat rallying late, using a 14-0 run in the final moments to pull away and beat the 76ers. We'll show you the East standings and why we're putting these 2 games together here, but which one did you want to start with?
Well, we can start with that streak in Atlanta real quick. It was tied at halftime, but I thought the Hawks did a good job of getting their revenge on the Celtics, who beat them on Friday night. They were going at Boston a little harder than Boston was going at them. I think that was part of it. Boston coming off a back-to-back. And the Hawks, really just giving it to them. Fast break points, 17-6. The third quarter indicated that, how hard they were going. 24 buckets in the paint overall versus 15 for Boston. Just doing a good job of getting it in tight. Dyson Daniels also splashed 2 threes, but also the dinker and dumper Dyson Daniels was able to just score inside, doing a great job. So I thought that was a team effort, and maybe you don't get the best Celtics, no Tatum, and it's part of it, but also on a back-to-back and a fresher Jaylen Brown coming off 2 games. So there's that one.
Yeah, the Hawks actually defend the Celtics pretty well because CJ McCollum is small, Gabe Vincent is small, but he gives a great effort. And there's a place for either of those guys to hide. Everybody else from 2 through 5 is, kind of same sized, really physical defenders. The Celtics are a very low turnover team in general. They're like 12 a game. And the Hawks are getting 15 or 16 off them, which doesn't sound like a ton, but for a team that usually takes care of the ball, that really is able to juice the transition attack for the Hawks. So I'm pretty impressed with the Hawks. This to me was one of their best wins they've got. They've beat a lot of bad teams during this 13-game home win streak, but they're beating some good teams as well. And getting the win over the Celtics is big. I thought Okongwu shooting threes was huge. The Celtics were kind of over-helping off of him. But then they also had this action that Atlanta would run. He's setting a screen out on the wing for a curl. That's getting a guy wide open, diving down the hoop. There's no defense there with Keita out. Kind of a run to the rim with Garza, but a lot of confusion. So Okongwu steps out, hits some threes. The dude's on fire this year, 38%, career 33%, but it looks like he's found it, shooting it confidently. Crazy that Dyson Daniels hit 2 threes.
Yeah.
He's hit 2 threes in 3 of his last 5 games, only 3 times all season.
Crazy.
He's feeling it right now, but it is the floater that is the weapon for Dyson Daniels. They figured out you're basically a small ball 4. So shoot wide open threes and shoot dinkers and dumpers, pass it out in these short roll opportunities. Pretty impressive for the Hawks. 13-2 in March, their best month since an undefeated 17-0 back in January of 2015. But did you know that the College Park Skyhawks went 7-2 in March?
Did they really?
What a great month for this entire franchise.
I didn't know that because they had a pretty bad season overall.
They did, but they finished strong.
Yeah.
Finished with a win as well.
Ever since we showed up.
Exactly right.
And they turned it on.
Pretty much.
And the Atlanta Hawks are always good against the Celtics in March. That's when they beat them. If you remember a couple of years ago, they beat them in almost back-to-back games in March.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray had like 41 on 40 shots or something like that. I was there. It was awesome.
And we thought, okay, can these Hawks play these Celtics in the playoffs? They play them pretty well. They took them to a 6-game series the season before when the Celtics eventually – I was going to say they won the championship that year, but that was the year after. Either way, they played them well in March. They do play them well. They match up well.
Take away the guards and you got a chance to beat the Celtics, and they did that. Sure, there's like some missed shots, but you want to see a box score where Jaylen Brown has 29 points, but it took him 29 shots, and a lot of them at the free throw line. Derek White, who's been cooking, 3 of 12, and then Peyton Pritchard even 6 of 14 off the bench. So, yeah, great effort there from the Hawks defensively. Man, we've been saying this for like a decade. If the Hawks can just play some good defense, like sound defense, above average defense, they are a good team. They just hadn't been able to do it for the longest time. Now, part of that's like having Trae Young out there for sure, but him gone changes things, and everybody is clicking right now. This team is, as they try and continue to go up the standings. We can talk about the Heat game here too. We'll show the standings, JD, because where they stand right now, it's the Raptors still in 5th. They're 42 and 32, but the Hawks, basically tied with them. Raps have the advantage in the tiebreaker. Hawks have one more win, but more games played for them. Then Philly in 7th, Magic 8th, Heat 9th, as they move up above the Hornets after that big win. And so let's talk about that. Tyler Herro coming through in the clutch, not just offensively, Tass. This guy was making defensive plays.
Yeah, he was really, really good. I thought the Sixers coach Nick Nurse made one mistake that hurt them when Tyler Herro was going off for those back-to-back threes, and they went on that 10-0 run immediately, and it turned into an even bigger run because he called a challenge. 4 minutes left. Joel Embiid had this offensive screen call, and they challenged that. And after that, he only had one timeout left. And the Sixers scored. They're up 4 after it, but then the Heat started going on their run. It was that putback from Bam. Then Herro hit a 3, so they're already up 1. And the Sixers, Nick Nurse didn't have a timeout. They had one timeout, but they wanted to save it for the absolute end of the game here. So it turned into back-to-back threes for Herro. And then a Yakas. I'm reading Jaime Jaquez, and I want to read it like Yakas for some reason. A 10-0 run. And so they're up 6 with 1:30 left, and that's when Nick Nurse says, all right, well, friggin' use it, even though I do want to save it. And that hurt them. But what also hurt them was Tyler Herro balling. And they finished the game extremely, extremely well. But that also was a great game to go right down to the buzzer. The Heat showing up, and I said that lefty finish from Tyler Herro was beautiful. But lots of great stuff in this game. You had Coach Lowry of the Sixers from the bench giving it. Tyrese Maxey hitting deep 3 late. Really good game.
Yeah, it was fun. Game of runs for sure. And the Heat had the best run right at the end. Just Herro cooking the drop over and over.
Yeah,
I thought this is maybe not going on the Joel Embiid highlight tape. Definitely not going on the Nick Nurse highlight tape. Embiid was like killing the Heat zone for 5 minutes straight, just catching the ball in the middle and shooting over the top. That's like Joel Embiid's sweet spot, right at the free throw line. And then Nick Nurse is like, hey, actually go stand outside. We're going to do 5 out, and we're going to put VJ Edgecombe in the middle. Didn't make any sort of sense to do that. I also thought that the Heat did a really good job of making Embiid move, because Embiid looks totally back on the offensive end only. He's going to get 30 points almost every single night. Look, I know what you're thinking. He made a great block against the Charlotte Hornets.
In part, yeah. But no, he hustled his ass
slow.
back.
He is too slow on defense. If he has to turn twice, you're going to score at the rim. 60 points in the paint for Miami last night. They were doing a great job of getting Embiid to help, and then somebody just cutting right behind for an easy layup. I thought it was well played by the Heat. They needed this win. If they lose this one, they're basically dropping to 10th.
Yeah.
Going to be tough for them to rise. Meanwhile, the Sixers really needed this as well. If they win this one, they're kind of locked in at 7th at the worst with a chance to rise. So credit to the Heat for coming through in the clutch. I thought Herro was awesome. He looked great.
He was.
Yeah.
And they were like obviously it's been their game plan all season, but it's like run, especially against a Philly team with Embiid, Paul George, some older guys. They had 30 fast break points to like 10 or 11 to the Sixers. That was a huge part of this game, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they had to redeem themselves. They've been struggling recently, so they absolutely fought till the last buzzer. It is going to be a struggle watching Embiid play defense for 40 minutes per game if he's going to play that much.
Yes.
He comes through, not only gets the Charlotte Hornets in this one, with 4 minutes left, he gave the ball away on the offensive end and sprinted back to have a mean goaltend on Andrew Wiggins. Fouled the snot out of him as they went. Was it Wiggins?
It was.
They went down
I know
to
the
the
player
floor.
talking
Yeah,
about,
they went down
weird
to the
landing from Embiid.
Yeah, they went down to the floor hard. He's good for a sprint every few minutes. He can't do it every possession, and that's the worrisome part. Adam Bona was really good coming off the bench to definitely take those minutes that Embiid has to sit. There's going to be those minutes, so they go hard. I still think it'll be a fantastic series, whoever they play in the first round. The question is, the second round, will Embiid still be balling? But Maxey's also looked good in this game. But they were one-upped by the Heat, who, again, they needed a win.
Any other thoughts on any of last night's games?
Not
really. The Cavs beating the Jazz. The Suns. Booker was awesome in a win there against the Grizzlies. But we had a lot of other games where we had a good team versus a bad team. And for the most part, took care of business. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the news then from yesterday. The Chicago Bulls have cut guard Jaden Ivey for conduct detrimental to the team following an Instagram live stream from his account in which he criticized the NBA's support of the LGBTQ community and spouted missives about unrighteousness. I guess Ivey went live again yesterday following the news. It's sort of tough to keep track how many times this guy is going live right now
live
on IG.
all the time.
Yeah. And he said the Bulls, basically called them liars for this conduct detrimental to the team. This was obviously your squad here. He only played, he played 4 games for the Chicago Bulls and is injured now and was out. And now he's just been cut here.
Yeah, barely played for the Bulls. Didn't look great when he did play. And, I kind of hinted at this about a month ago. Every interview that he's given since coming to Chicago, it has seemed like his full focus is not on basketball. I said I thought maybe he would retire at the end of the season just because
you did say this.
It doesn't feel like he is giving his full focus to basketball. And I think you see this disappointing stuff that's coming out was kind of just the last thing that happened where you're not doing anything on the court. There's no reason for us to keep you around if you're going to be offending people up and down the organization. And that's basically what Billy Donovan said. He's like, we have standards and you have to meet them. There's a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life that are here working for the Bulls in different capacities. And, if he's averaging 25 a game, is it different? Probably. It probably is. Yeah. Unfortunately so. But he's not. And what he said was pretty offensive to a lot of people. And so see you later, buddy.
Right. If he was at the top of the rotation and playing a lot, it is unfortunate, but the Chicago Bulls definitely would perceive this as different. But these headaches are not worth it for a guy who's at the end of the rotation and not playing all that much. And as you said, since he was traded in February, immediately after he got a DNP, he was interviewed by a reporter and he said, the old JI is dead. I'm not the same player I used to be. I'm not the JI I used to be. The old JI is dead. So those statements and the Instagram lives posts that have been they're not few and far between. They're coming. There was multiple over 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And I was before he was released yesterday evening. I saw everything going around on Twitter, and I was watching my kids in the swimming pool, and I had that Instagram post up to my ear, so I was doing both at the same time, and I was trying to take in everything that Jaden Ivey has said over the last few days, and he definitely ruffled some other feathers in terms of religion and people who were following him over the last 3 or 4 days. But this one was a whole other level, and the Bulls just didn't want to deal with it. I mean, it's simple as that. And they weren't about to go and deal with Jaden Ivey, the person, in part because he is at the end of the rotation, in part because maybe they just don't do that. But there's both of those things, I think, are true in this situation.
Ivey has mentioned previously that he has struggled with issues of or related to mental health and substance abuse. I know in one of the IG live sessions, I guess, he was talking about his addictions to alcohol, his addictions to pornography. He mentioned childhood trauma. I think he even mentioned, it's sort of, in the context was weird, but talking about his abuse to his own wife and her sticking with him. And it was
that was a podcast that he went on last year in, I think it was the offseason. It was 2025. I forget what the name of it is. Sports Spectrum, something to that effect. Or sexually abused a kid, called himself an abuser with his own wife, pornography addiction. And this is all from after his injury when Cole Anthony took out his leg on January 1st, 2025. And it seems like since then he hasn't been the same player and things have escalated online.
And he's crashing out here online. This, it immediately takes me back to the Stephon Marbury days.
Sure.
When Marbury was doing these live streams from his house, and it's chaotic, and it seems like a person that's sort of almost crying out for help and doesn't know what to, he thinks he has the idea, but I think needs some support. So hopefully he's trying to get this, or people he trusts are reaching out. Like the other one where he was on a plane yesterday, I guess it was, after the news broke.
He went live multiple times.
And people kept saying it kept getting muted. And I think that happens when people are actually trying to call you during said thing. So maybe friends, family, whoever are trying to reach out, hey man, how can I help you, whatever. But the NBA has not commented, by the way, on Ivey's comments or his release. This was the Bulls. I think it's an important distinction here. I haven't seen anything from the NBA themselves yet on Ivey. So that's where that is. And hopefully he can get what I think is much need, the help he much needs. Crazy. Crazy. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the anti-tanking proposals. Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days if your bet loses. Here's how it works. Place a tournament bet using the token, and if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. That's 10 chances to play all tourney long, from game props and money lines to spreads, totals, futures, and more. You can even mix things up with the same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to fill out your bracket, however you did fill out your bracket, FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the action day after day. So visit the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. FanDuel, it's time to dance. We've been dancing.
We've been dancing.
Been a lot of dancing. Saw the women's March Madness bracket. Chalk.
Yeah, yes.
Four
Yes,
number
indeed.
ones going to be in the Final Four. A little different in the men's, so we got some obviously high seeds as well.
Yeah,
But-
what, 2 number ones in the men's? Yeah, I'm seeing here that UConn women are minus 230 favorites in the women's bracket.
They're quite good, eh?
They are quite good.
But I know you guys addressed it, but what an ending to the UConn Duke game. And I immediately yelled out, "It's all your fault, Doug." I texted him immediately. Grow a beard, man. Try telling you.
He should have started growing one from the moment of that call.
I know.
But, also just hold the ball. Just hold it. Just
hold
get
it.
fouled.
Yeah.
Just simply get fouled and make
Yeah.
some free throws.
I hadn't seen Boozer's post-game interview until yesterday, and at least he owned it. At least he owned that mistake. And his eyes were red because he had definitely been crying, and so there's that. There's that positivity out of it.
It was sad. He's like, that might be the last time me and my brother play together.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, man. True. Though these brothers, they always seem to find
Yeah.
a way to each other, don't they?
They do. They
Sure do.
All right, let's get into the anti-tanking proposals. Last week, Commissioner Adam Silver said at a press conference that the NBA needs to, quote, do something more extreme to address tanking than the lottery reforms it has implemented in the past. Well, according to ESPN, Chom's here and a couple other notable news organizations, the league presented 3 anti-tanking concepts to its board of governors last week, with some modifications expected to each of these proposals before a formal vote in May. So this is the soft launch for these proposals,
Yes.
at least to us and to everyone that follows this stuff. So let's break them down, and we can discuss the pros and cons of each proposal, or you guys can be like, yeah, that's a 10 out of 10, or what? That's stupid. That fixes nothing. We'll make our way through these. And just for the sake of the listener and everyone joining us here, because some people sort of tune this stuff out, I'll explain them to the best of my abilities, each plan. So plan 1, call it the flattened odds for teams with the 10 worst records. So the lottery extends to include the 4 play-in tournament losers. So 18 total teams. The bottom 10 teams, they would all get the same odds, 8%, the sweet 8%. And then teams 11 through 18 would also have the same odds, but much lower at 2.5%. Your thoughts on option 1, plan 1, proposal 1 to fix tanking?
Yeah, I couldn't decide whether or not the 10 worst teams in the league would stop losing on purpose if they were able to get 8% of the chances at getting number 1. But I do think it really doesn't do a lot. Because you can see, from the past few years, even the team with the worst record doesn't get the number 1 pick. You just got to be bad. The team with the worst record hasn't got the number 1 pick since 2018, so you just really have to be bad. So I think this will encourage teams just to continue to be bad. I don't think it really alters all that much. 8% an 8% chance is a high chance to get the
It's
number
not that high.
Well,
It's the equivalent of like the 7th best odds currently.
right, but it's to equal it up, to flatten it out between 1 through 10 means you can just be bad. You can just be bad and be one of the worst 10 teams in the league. I understand that. Yeah, I guess you're not as motivated to get the 3 worst odds,
Right,
The
right.
14.5%, which
plan
currently exists.
the hope would be these bad teams, these worst 10 teams, as we get into the later part of the seasons, there is no reason to try and out-tank each other, try and sit said guy, try and not win game, because it doesn't matter. You're bad, you got an 8% chance. Mm-hmm. That's the plan. Now, would teams
but teams are still bad in the bottom 10 and are still able to get the number 1 pick. So I don't know how much it really changes anything
Well,
because that's been happening year after year after year.
Would teams try to avoid the playoffs to have a 2.5% chance of winning the lottery is what I get into here. Like that's like not a lot at all now, but it would give you a chance. So I don't think teams would personally, but anyway, your thoughts on this one? TK?
I mean, it gives you a 2.5% chances like in between 10th and 11th. We saw the Mavericks tank out of the playoffs to do just that, get a roll of the dice, and they end up getting Derek Lively because they kept their pick. I think this is plan number one because this is clearly the best plan. To your point, Tass, like the thing is that these are trying to incentivize not losing as much rather than actually trying to incentivize winning. But since they don't want to do the gold plan, apparently, there's nothing to incentivize winning. So this to me is pretty good. Like all things considered, an 8% chance is not that alluring. It makes teams like 28 win bad. Nobody's offended by a 28 win team. No. It's the 16 win teams where they're sitting their guys to try and make sure that they don't get to 20 wins. That's really what Adam Silver is trying to accomplish here. So I think of the three we'll talk about, this one's the best. But if I'm a small market, I'm like, no way, I'm voting for this. An 8% chance to get a player who actually matters.
Versus a current 14.5 if you're the worst of the worst. Listen, any of these are not going to eliminate tanking entirely, because of the power of one player to entirely transform your organization. But I understand. Maybe you become a 21-win team instead of an 18-win team.
Yeah, in all of these proposals, which again, we'll go through the other two, bad teams are still going to have a better chance of winning the lottery than good teams, which sort of should be the point. I do believe that. But the point here is to give teams just less incentive to be outright terrible when we get into, which is now getting earlier and earlier, February, March, and April. That's what they're trying to protect.
That is definitely the worst time of the year. The other parts going into at least the All-Star game and then late February it's just normal basketball. The 60 games, they play normal basketball.
Yeah. And I'm with you, TK. I think this is like my preferred of the three. Maybe that's why it is plan one. Also, it's just the easiest for people to understand as you're about to find out, because the other two are a little more convoluted in terms of what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this one's the easiest. You got to agree.
It's easy
to understand.
But I know, but a lot of people don't even know what the current one is.
Okay.
Either way, I don't think it really matters, that part.
I could almost argue this one's even easier to understand than the current one. It's like, okay, top 10 worst teams, 8% chance. Everybody else from 11 through the play-in teams, you got 2.5% chance. Anyway.
Sure.
All right, next one, plan two. Win floor and a WNBA-like 2-year aggregation. Okay, so the lottery extends through losers of the first round of the playoffs. We're including those teams here, 22 total teams. But the lottery odds are ranked by records over the last 2 seasons. That's something that the WNBA does. There's a mandatory minimum, though, for wins each season. So, for example, if the mandatory minimum is 20 wins, if you won 16 games, no, you basically won 20. We bump you up in this scenario when we do the aggregation. Your thoughts on this one?
I like the win floor.
Okay.
I think that's a good part of it. And whether it means adding wins or like if you don't hit the minimum threshold, you finish with 16 wins, guess what? You're picking 5th. That's the highest you can absolutely pick. I like that, but I just don't understand how does the 2-year aggregation not just lead to teams intentionally being bad for 2 years?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I think it means less people come into your arena if they know you're going to stink for multiple years. Your perception of fans, I think, goes down because you're just not going to be good for several years, as opposed to now, which is a 1-year tank. Wemby's ours, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, I wonder if this plan is more to curb the Pacers with the Halliburton injury, or like you said, like a good team having a down year because of injuries or whatever, and then they get it. Yeah, so maybe it does cover your ass there with
That's
the 2-year aggregate.
The gap year no longer would exist.
Right.
I mean, you'd have to be bad in a second year. It would just have to happen. But that does happen with teams, the Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards, teams who are just young and bad.
I think this plan, though, would be dependent on what the win floor is. I think it's of importance here because even in this very extreme tanking season, we're going to have like 4 teams in danger of not getting to 20 wins.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe this was CBS Sports, if I remember correctly. Since 2013-14, 20 teams have finished under 20 wins. That includes 2 pandemic shortened seasons. So only 20 teams under 20 wins. But over the same span, 52 teams have finished under 25 wins. So I think maybe 25 is more of like a sort of a minimum sort of baseline there. But yeah, it's interesting, this 2-year aggregate. I think you guys have nailed it here, or we're talking it through. It's like to prevent the good team, bad injury. Holy crap, they're getting another higher, first round pick. Let's try and take that out of the equation. Any other thoughts on plan 2 there? On the win floor? I like saying win floor.
Win floor is a good term. Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to plan 3 then. You like lotteries? What if I told you I'd give you 2 of them, baby?
The pimp my ride plan.
That's exactly what Zach Harper said. 2 lotteries, and there's like this 5x5 method. People are saying, I'll explain this one because it's a lot more detailed. So the lottery extends to include the 4 play-in tournament teams, just like the losers, I should say. So 18 total teams instead of 14. First lottery for the top 5 picks, with the worst 5 teams all having the same odds. Then after that, there's a second lottery for picks 6 through 18. But if a bottom 5 team misses out on the first 5 picks, it would pick no worse than 10th. Okay?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's sort of 2 lotteries here.
So simple.
Your thoughts on this one?
It's too convoluted. And it's not all that beneficial for teams with the perception that they could. I mean, that's the whole point. You don't have to lose. You don't want them to lose, so they don't lose. But their perception will be, well, we could drop down to 10 even if we have the worst record. I don't know.
But don't we also go from, I guess, teams tanking right now for one of the top 3 spots to 5 teams potentially tanking for one of these top 5 spots?
You want to be in the drawing, the first drawing. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to have a 20% chance.
That's true.
So that part's strange to me. I don't love this one.
Yeah, the simple part about it is that if you have 2 bad draws, you draft 10th and you have the worst record. So there's no way teams would vote for this.
Right.
Yeah, that's not a good motivator.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you like
kinda
of
like
the
number
3.
2. I think I like number 2.
Number 2.
I think the fact that you don't have teams saying, oh, we got to be bad this one year and we can go get the number 1 pick, that encourages a lot of just trying to be good. So I think that's part of it. You'd have to sell to your fans without selling it to them, but being bad for 2 years. And that hurts. And I think that's just above people's or organizations' drive to get things to actually
Like
get
threshold.
this done. Yeah. This is a little bit beyond that, I think.
TK, you were more of a plan 1.
I would be a plan 1 guy. Yeah, I just don't think that like being in the bottom 10 is fine. Like 10 is a pretty big number for the league. We got 10 teams that are tanking right now, but what if they were actually fine with winning 25 games rather than trying to win under 20? I think it's a little bit better, but still not great for small markets. But I think that, 8% is not, you're not throwing away multiple seasons for an 8% chance.
Right. And Silver, I think, did say this part best. He said it's become almost impossible to distinguish between a tank and a rebuild. And I think there's some truth to that in some of these cases. Now, we know what tanking looks like. We've seen a lot of blatant tanking this year.
Yeah.
And this is what he wants to get rid of, for sure, because of headlines and because it's not a good product. It's not a good look. They are playing a game where the whole point is to try and win.
Yeah.
But you've set this whole thing up to incentivize these teams to lose, because it's like the best way to get good again is to hit one of these high draft picks and obviously hitch your ride to a star player under a great rookie contract for 4 to 7 years, basically 7 years, because the amount of money they're allowed. So you made this bet and now you're got to lie in it. So he's trying to fix it. I get that, but I like playing 1 the most. I mean, other people are just like, you want to go extreme, you do the whole draft lottery wheel thing, or you completely so that then it's like there is no incentive. It's just like, you may not win the lottery ever. 20 years running, even if you're a bad team. It's like, tough luck, figure it out, get more creative. But that's extreme. That's extreme, that whole wheel. Whose wheel is that again? I always forget. Is that Zarin's?
Is that a
Is that Mike
Zarin
Zarin's
wheel?
But
Or
they're not going that extreme, it seems like, because I think Silver also realizes, if a bad team is obviously bad for a couple of years here, like the only thing you have with an organization is hope. And that comes through these draft picks.
Definitely.
These young kids, especially small market teams to get back in the mix. So you can't take it away completely.
Yeah, or there's the relegation move. That's never going to happen. Just dropping a team.
Where are we relegating them to?
Yeah,
G
that's
League?
our problem. But
don't love it,
Adam
but-
loves soccer, and so he could be emulating that. But where do they go? I know the G League has become a better feeder for the NBA, but if you're telling owners that you're going to lose X amount of money because you're now in a different league and no one's going to be watching you, that ain't going to happen in North American sports.
No.
I don't know how it works.
We're not going to drop the Pacers and bring up the Windy City Bulls.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That don't make sense.
Now, I mean, we obviously have this NBA EuroLeague coming. They might be merging now, it sounds like, potentially.
With FIBA,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
EuroLeague, FIBA will set up a EuroLeague NBA combination in Europe.
So could we ever get to the I don't know, the future here, to the year where see you later, Utah Jazz, you're out.
You got to move to Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to move to
Here
Switzerland.
comes team from Madrid or something. I don't know. Probably not.
Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
You're an NBA team now.
Probably not, but fun to think about. Let's hear your favorite of the
It is fun to
proposals.
think about.
Your favorite proposal of these three, or do you think they're not extreme enough? Let us know, as you are here in the stream team. Well, bye of the night, sponsored by no one.
Huh?
What? I go away for a couple days and sponsorships dry right up. Hate to see it. You want to sponsor Whoa Boy? Get in touch with us. Wemby, though, gets it. What a game. Season high, 41 points, 16 boards, 4 assists, 3 blocks, had a steal, 31 minutes played. I can't stop thinking about what you said, TK, not that long ago. Like, we're close to the playoffs here. This guy's going to be playing, in theory, 40 minutes. I mean, whatever. 36 to 40 minutes probably in a playoff game.
The question is, can he?
I think he can.
Well,
I got confidence in him.
I obviously have a lot of confidence in him, but I think
It's
there's a reason
it's
that
a physical game.
there's a reason that he has been playing only 29 minutes per game.
Yeah, I think a part of it is, hold on, let me kill this bug. Got it.
Come on, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, that was a slow moving. I don't even know what that
That
was.
looked like a piece of dust after a while.
Yeah, no.
You think you're better than Wemby at killing a flying animal?
Probably.
Or a flying creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wemby.
Yes.
I don't think Wemby would kill insects.
Because I just think his long limbs make it more difficult for him to have the quickness that
Yeah.
I have, you know, like a damn cat. I killed a bee earlier in here too. You know, I'm one with nature right now. I come back and just kill a bee in the classic factory. What were we talking about? Wemby.
Wemby playing more minutes.
Yeah. Oh, it's going up. They're
playing
like,
more
part of this is
minutes.
like, you know, save him too. Like, keep him as fresh as possible. Now, does it hurt his MVP case? That's what some people think. You keep seeing that now. It's like, what? This guy ranks like 100th in minutes played. What do you mean he's going to win MVP compared to some of the other guys? But
Yeah, he was also on a minutes restriction when
Yeah,
he came back
yeah.
from the calf. It's true. That artificially depresses it. But yeah, like you look at the games where he actually played 38 minutes and he's putting up ridiculous numbers. And you're like, this guy would be the MVP if he played 38 minutes a night. But that's why it's exciting. That's why the playoffs are cool. Different game of basketball.
it's true.
NCAA basketball, different than NBA basketball. NBA regular season, way different than NBA playoffs. We'll see how it goes.
Unleash the Wemby. Let's see it.
Unleash the alien. All right, pick 'em standings. We're not picking tonight because it's over for March. I took the Celtics last night. Trey took the Hawks. And
It was testy at the end.
it got. I
Jalen
thought.
Brown was like on fire. I was like,
I know.
Foul this guy.
I know.
Because he could not make a free throw.
I know. I was like,
so
come
weird.
on, save me, Jalen.
I thought they were going to backdoor it for sure.
I did too. A small part. Small part. He was like, this would be a great backdoor cover. But Hawks got it done. They covered in the end easily. And that means I finished dead last because I needed that one. We would have been tied in with 9 wins. But nope. Task, good month, 14-7. Trey, 10-11. And then me, 8-13. So not the greatest work from us. But I owe another payoff. Let's hear what I should do. We've had talk about me doing a puzzle. And somebody added in the stream team, do a puzzle, and you have to eat the remaining pieces that you don't finish with in the allotted time. Okay. We've had talk about painting. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Funny.
maybe I have to just paint a portrait or paint a picture all show long. I don't know. And then the other thought that was being kicked around is eat an onion like an apple.
Eat an onion like an apple.
Right. So that's fun.
We got some ideas.
Okay. So
Anything else that's like April showers themed? April showers bring May flowers.
I mean, if we get a rainy day, I could just stand out in the rain. I'll show.
We gotta
Tested
hold it.
snow once.
Yeah, it's been a drought around here, unfortunately.
It has
Yeah.
been. Oh, my car is still covered in pollen, man.
How about that?
I
You
refuse
gotta
to wash
cover
it.
yourself in pollen.
Oh.
For an entire episode. Just those like the stringy ones.
Oh, those look okay.
There's a lot of weird pollens out there.
Yeah, my kids have a field day today where they're in part wringing out a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going in a circle and you wring out a sponge on someone's head.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
fun.
That's not bad.
Oh, I guess it's warm enough today to do that. Can't imagine the water's warm.
The Mac, your computer won't like that if
no.
you got a comp there. But we did have our man Purple Scribble. He sponsored a Woe Boys segment last week because they had the national puzzle competition happen this weekend. He gave us a quick rundown.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
They got 62nd in the team competition, 1,500 pieces in a blazing 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 11 seconds.
Oh, wow, it took that long.
Down to the seconds, 1,500 pieces.
1,500 pieces.
I mean,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, Katie won 2 puzzle chess matches. Yep, that's a thing. And they got 2 new puzzles from it. I guess they.
Oh,
gave
the
some
prizes
puzzles.
are puzzles. Wow.
I guess so. Yeah, he said if the puzzle block party had an NBA comp, it would be OKC Thunder. Lizzie is SGA, MVP of the team. Katie is Jalen Williams. Maria is Chet, perennial all-stars with the versatility to tackle blue skies or white snowfall. Oh, this is involved.
Wow.
And Josh is Lou Dort.
Oh, he's dirty.
Dirty
he
work.
just goes around like hitting,
With the edges. The
knocking pieces out of it.
Apparently the edges are the dirty work.
Really?
Well, that's what
the-
he said.
Give me the dirty work.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's
That's to me.
interesting.
That to me, I would call the dumb work. that's the easiest part for a puzzle for me.
Which makes our man Purple Scribble Isaiah Joe, long-range sniper that scours the picture on the box to find a single piece with great accuracy.
Oh wow!
So if you do decide to go with the puzzle as the pick and payoff reference, it takes me 90 exhausting minutes to finish a 300-piece puzzle.
Wow. Should I maybe have to do the puzzle a week? Hold on. How am I going to do this? How am I going to sit here and try and
Pretty
co-host
tough,
a
man.
show with you guys and like be putting together a puzzle? I don't think it's going to work.
You gotta
Also,
get
not
a
the
full
greatest
squad of
audio.
role players. It sounds like.
Yeah.
You need people scouting for you.
Right,
dirty work.
right. Teamwork.
Yeah,
just-
maybe not the best audio. I think you're right on that one.
No, nor is eating an onion, if we're being honest. But
At least you can tell when the bites are happening.
yeah.
The crisp crunch.
Chop. All right.
So we
Well,
got some ideas.
keep the suggestions coming. I'd like to get it over with sooner rather than later. Are we doing a pick'em for April? Short month with the
That's a
regular
great
season.
question.
It's like what? How many? We got 2 weeks left.
2 weeks.
Yeah, why not? We'll kick it up tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are gone.
Some of us are on
That's gonna be interesting.
taking
You
a
guys
little
got
bit of time
vacation
off.
here coming up. We'll figure
Guests
it out.
will be coming in on the show.
Yeah.
Have them pick. And if they get it wrong, they got to eat something disgusting.
Yeah, April's a weird month.
We'll figure it out. All right, but
Make
let's hear your
Mike
suggestion.
Zakarian eat a raw hot dog. Just see how many people you can get to eat a raw hot dog. They're so good.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm still curdling thinking about you eating a raw hot dog. Hate it.
You'll like this. I obviously just did the hiking trip. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Unbelievable. So one of them, we're going to be doing all these long hikes. It was my buddy Grish, your buddy Grish, everybody's buddy Grish, and my buddy Dub. We're doing these long hikes. So it's like, you got to pack a lunch. You got to pack something to eat. We're doing like 15-mile hikes, 20-mile hikes. So, the day before, grocery shopping. Okay, let's make this efficient. Let's get in. Let's get out. Get the essentials. Paul says he's making wraps. I'm making wrap. All right. What do we need in a wrap? Maybe some tomato, maybe some cheese, some obviously some condiment of some sort, mayo, mustard, and we need meat.
Yeah.
We go in, we check out. Next morning, getting ready to go. It's like 5 a.m. Here we go. Let's go. I forgot the meat.
Cheese wraps.
We didn't actually buy cheese either. We had lettuce and the wrap and mustard. So we didn't even make them, obviously, but there's a photo of us at the top of like this 6,000-foot hike, just eating the wrap,
Just tortilla, huh?
just tortilla wrap.
Nice.
No, it was tasty. It was one of those the green ones.
Spinach.
No, not spinach. What was it?
It's not spinach?
No.
That's crazy.
What's the green tortilla wrap? I thought you guys would get it right away.
No, but there would be spinach in my house, I would think. Maybe a green pepper? What else would you...
Oh, no, maybe you're right. I don't think it was spinach, though. No, I got it.
Arugula?
No, it wasn't arugula. I think you're right.
I
Garden spinach. It had to have been this.
I would just put the mustard and lettuce in a wrap. I mean, what's wrong with mustard and lettuce? I mean, it's not anything. I thought there was a hot dog coming and I was going to be disappointed.
No.
Yeah, I kind of thought you were setting it up.
No,
for
I
we
just
hadn't-
wanted to share
We were
that
raw
story.
dogging it on the mountain. Eating a raw hot
It's
dog.
not a bad idea.
It's shelf stable.
Pocket dogs. I mean, you got pockets everywhere when you're hiking.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, in your backpack and obviously your cargos or whatever.
It's like a Slim Jim, but disgusting.
Yeah.
And somehow
yes.
colder. Like, how is a raw hot dog 40 degrees colder than a Slim Jim? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, those would have been. They would have been not only raw, they would have been frozen hot dogs.
Even worse.
On the one hike we did. Our like the water, what is it?
Camelback.
Yeah, Camelback. If the pipe froze up, it's crazy.
Elevation, bro.
So we got to finally where we got to, and Dub's like, you got to put it against your body heat. So I had this hose going up against my body, which was freezing cold, but it worked. It's unbelievable.
And I got hose
Yeah, man.
right on my chest. So you're telling me by the time you got to the top of the mountain, all you had was tortillas and nothing
Yeah,
to
I
drink?
basically did nothing.
You guys 127 hours did a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, man. You got to plan for all this stuff. We learned some lessons out there.
Learned some life
On the
lessons.
mountains, in the Great Smoky Mountains. Okay, let's call it there. We're back tomorrow talking about tonight's games. Maybe hitting the beach. Get your questions in. No dunks, inc@gmail.com. Or you can leave them in the YouTube comments. Yeah. Is it a busy night tonight? I didn't even check.
That's a good skit.
Yeah, good skit. Okay, maybe we'll have a lot of games to talk about. And we'll get into it. Obviously, hit the like button, subscribe. 5-star ratings and reviews. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, according to Austin Rivers on the broadcast yesterday, Canadians say the word easy like this. Easy. I don't know why he says Canadians say it that way, where they prolong it.
About.
Well, you know, there's those videos going around where kids are saying different things in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Do they? That's probably where he got it from.
okay,
I'm
okay.
imagining. Easy. Yeah, that's where he got it from, I guess, because there's no traditional Canadian accent that says it that way. But with the kids in Toronto,
slang.
very multicultural
Yep.
environment. Yep, I guess so. Cool story, bro.
Brace the day, people.